Hello, how you doing? I'm Al. Hope you're well today. Thank you for being here. This is a podcast in which I spoke to Lucy Mecklenburgh, who, by the way, was lovely, first and foremost. She came to fame through Towie. She's probably best known for that, but now she's best known for social media. She's got 1.7 million followers on one of her Instagram channels alone. 3 million followers, well, plus 3 million followers on all her socials. And she had a baby, little Roman, at the start of lockdown, 16 days before lockdown 1 started, in actual fact. So I wanted to talk to her about parenting in lockdown, becoming a new parent specifically. Also, because her son Roman is 3 days older than my daughter Sienna, who was born on the 10th of March. Roman's born on the 7th. I've done the maths. There you go. I wanted to talk about being a new parent and then lockdown kicking in. Also, her partner Ryan Thomas, what it's like for him, how he's been as a dad, because I'm a dad, and no other reason that I just like to compare myself, really. And then afterwards go, he's a good dad. I'm a good dad. More about being a partner is what I wanted to know about. Not necessarily being a dad, being a partner to a woman who's just given birth and is breastfeeding and how he is with that. So we spoke about that. You'll know him as Jason Grimshaw in Coronation Street. That's Ryan Thomas. And also spoke to Lucy about weaning, baby weaning, because she and me and my partner are going through that at the moment. This conversation happened in October, so before lockdown 2 occurred, and she was just getting into baby-led weaning. And spoiler alert, she told me she doesn't really like to do it alone. Yep, there you go. Hear more about that on the podcast. And as someone who is weaning their baby, my house, my partner's house, is a mess. Our house is a mess. Absolute state. Lucy Mecklenburgh's and Ryan's, gorgeous. It's like it's prepared for a Hello magazine shoot any time that she takes a photo on Instagram. So I wanted to ask her about that. How on earth, when you've got baby splattering food everywhere, do you keep it so pristine? She was brilliant. She was lovely. I had a really good conversation. Just two parents chatting, really. And here it is, the podcast. Me, Al Booth, talking to Lucy Mecklenburgh. First question I'm going to ask you there. I've just asked you how you are, but how are you really? Because you've got a 7-month-old. So how's sleep going?
Do you know what? I have no complaints because last night he slept for 12 and a half hours.
Oh.
No lie. But this is very recent. It has been months of sleep deprivation, which is so hard. I honestly have a whole new appreciation for parents.
But to hear you say he slept 12 hours... I'm like, what's your secret?
Is your baby does? Do you know what? I'm surrounded by people that their mums, that their babies slept through from really early, and I've been that jealous person the entire time. And he's just, but I mean, it doesn't always last. He'll do this for a few days and he might go back, but there is no secret at all. I've just stuck. Do you know what? I stuck at a routine. I do. He does have set naps and set-ish feeds and things like that. So, and he's on quite a lot of solids now as well, which I think is helping. He's a very greedy baby. So I think he's a little bit more full up now. So I think maybe that's helped a little bit. I don't know.
That's the thing, is there's no formula, is there? No, that wasn't a pun, but there's no sort of skill to it, I don't think. Like you say, if they can eat more, then hopefully they'll sleep through. So I was watching your stories, your Insta stories, and the food you were given, and you're right, he likes eating, doesn't he? You're lucky with that one.
I'm very lucky. And you know what? I've really enjoyed the weaning part. I find something scary, the whole baby-led weaning and giving them things to eat. I always worry about choking and things, but yeah. I've really enjoyed it because Roman so far hasn't refused anything. And actually most of the time he screams that he wants more when the bowl's finished, which is quite amusing. He's a little piggy. But I've really enjoyed that part.
So my partner... and I don't know if you'll find this with Ryan, but my partner sort of leads it all, and I go, yeah, fine, okay.
And that's what I started with, porridge and purees, and a lot of things that I just puree up and give it to him, obviously with no salt and things in, and then just recently I felt the confidence, so I've started giving him like a little bit of toast, like toast fingers and eggy bread and little avocado sticks and like vegetable stick, like obviously steamed well, and it feels like the right thing to do now. It didn't at like 5.5, 6 6 months, and it does now. So I think sometimes you just get a gut instinct that it feels right, but it is scary because you just think, oh my God, I won't feed him anything like that when I'm on my own because I get too scared if anything happens.
So has he done it yet? Has he done that reflex, that gagging?
A little bit, yeah. I initially sort of gave him like little sticks of banana like a while ago, and he did it, and it terrified me so much. I was like, no, I'm sticking to purees. And like you say, Ryan was very much like, whatever you want to do, or you lead the way kind of thing. He really was good with, I don't know if you've given toast yet, but they sort of suck on it and they're fine. So I don't know if you've tried that yet, but I found that was a little bit less scary.
How are you and Ryan parenting together? How are you finding it? Because it's a whole change of dynamic, isn't it?
Oh, completely. I mean, we're missing our Sunday lanes for sure, but you just become this team, don't you? You find, you naturally just find your way, and he's been so supportive. I've exclusively breastfed, and he's, made sure I've always got a drink while I'm feeding, a meal a couple of times a day, and a nice home cooked meal made, helped out with things that he can't feed, and definitely can't do the night feeds, but he can support in loads of other ways, and you just sort of find your way. So, I mean, the beginning's chaotic, isn't it? It really is. It's all a bit of a blur, a foggy blur. But as time goes on, you get a bit more structure and routine, and you have your roles and things like that. Like Ryan will do like bath time and things like that, and read to Roman before bed, and you just make our lunch or dinner and things. And it just, these little bits that support each other just help so much. Like I said, it's like a social experiment to see how little sleep a human being can survive on and keep another little human alive. It is madness. And, it was like, during like lockdown, you didn't have that support of like your mum coming around holding the baby while you have a little nap and you have a shower and make some food. And so I think you were like even more exhausted. But it is, you can't explain that feeling. I asked to Ryan the other day, I actually missed that feeling of, I know this sounds weird, of like my head hitting the pillow and falling to sleep instantly.
And the other thing as well is when people say, you just sleep, just as if it's so easy, just sleep when the baby sleeps. It's like,
you do think it, don't you? I remember saying when people said, get your sleep in now, have the naps, enjoy the lanes. I remember thinking, I'm so heavily pregnant, I can't sleep, I'm barely sleeping, I'll be fine. It's the worst thing to say to a new mum, honestly. I find it really, because I'm like, well, when do I shower? When do I eat? when do I do the washing? And it is, and also I don't really want to go to sleep at 1:00 in the afternoon.
So how has been a first time mum during lockdown then?
Do you know what? It's as obviously you will know, going through it yourself, it's it has its highs and its lows, some really tough moments. You feel like you've missed out on a lot. There's been no sensory classes, you've not been interacting, and actually that is one of the points on the Pampers Active Fit research is that 49% of parents think that their babies in lockdown may have, their development might have been affected by things like sensory classes not being on, mixing with other babies, mixing with other adults. And I completely agree, and I really relate to this, because I remember thinking, is he going to be all right being held by anyone else? Is he going to develop as well, because he's not out and about and experience things, seeing different things? He's just got these four walls and a little walk around the block. And that really worried me at the beginning. And yeah, there's a lot of amazing moments and memories, but also, some really tough days. And I think the sleep deprivation and, not getting a change of scenery was, it was hard some days.
It's tricky, isn't it? It is tricky.
Yeah, do you know what? There's a lovely part, if you're going to take any sort of positive out of the horrible situation we've all been living in for months, is, we've really seen every milestone, we've witnessed every moment together. We've had, it's been nice those days that you're exhausted, not to think, oh God, I've got plans, I've got to get dressed, put makeup on, get out of the house, and all of us look presentable. We can all stay in our pajamas, we can keep the sick on the shoulder, it doesn't matter, we're not going to entertain anyone, and we can just be in our little lovely family bubble.
I think that's completely it, isn't it? As long as they're healthy, then you just kind of have to just wait and see and enjoy it, don't you? Just enjoy the journey.
Yep, when you're getting 12 hours sleep. So how much sleep are you getting then exactly?
All right, there's no need to rub it in, blimey.
No, I feel sorry for you. Honestly, you know what? Roman will do this for 3 nights and then he'll sleep for about 2 hours. So don't worry, it's not consistent.
Is Roman in his own room now?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Do you know what we realised? He's quite a light sleeper and we were waking him up. So we moved him in his own room and he slept a lot better.
Because it's weird, because you talk like, I'm not saying you talk like an expert, but this is what my partner's like. She knows what she's on about. Is it just this natural thing that just comes out?
I just think you just get a mother's instincts, and I think I'm with him so much that I feel like no one knows your baby better than you do. And I think especially most of the time the mummies with the baby more, aren't they? And I think you just get to know them and what a cry means. And what Ryan says exactly the same as you. He's like, well, how do you know that cry means he's hungry? How do you know that cry means he needs his nappy change? And I'm like, I just know, trust me.
Now, your house is stunning and your furniture is stunning and it's all light colours. How on earth have you not got mashed up banana in your settee and, everything is smeared? Our house is like, we're going to have to completely redecorate.
Well, one, you only see the bits that I want you to see. But yeah, I think as well, remember social media, you only see the good parts. You should see the washing pile.
Yeah, of course. That's what I want to see when I check on later. Can you have all that? The bit I'm looking forward to is the bit where Roman is like 3 and it's just completely changed. It's just like mess everywhere.
I was already thinking of like that soft play stuff for Christmas, his Christmas present, because I thought soon he's going to be really on the move and I'm going to need like some protection for him. So I was thinking about doing a little play area of like soft play around it.
Yeah, that's ideal. They're far more resilient than you think.
That's what my mum said. My mum says, all babies roll off the bed at some point. I was like, what? You forget how much they can move. Like, that's my biggest fear. So I've always think, oh, he'll be all right. And then I go, no, he won't. And I run back.
Yeah. Did you find yourself feeling under any pressure, particularly during lockdown? We look on social media to other people to see if they're doing, like, especially with Roman and Sienna being the same age. I was looking last night going, Roman's doing this and has Sienna done that? And it must be strange for you because you are so prominent on social media, but obviously you're not, it doesn't mean you're not prone to that as well.
Do you know what? It's really hard, and I think it's our natural instinct to compare our children, isn't it? I remember a month or so ago being like, why is this baby the same age sitting up? Roman doesn't sit up. Should we be encouraging this? And you just start going, I think it's the thing that is human nature to compare, isn't it? Whether it be yourself, your life, or your babies. And actually, I think that as much as social media has helped me so much with support and numerous things during having a baby, I think that we need to stop comparing ourselves and our babies, and just we have to realize they are humans, they are all unique individuals, and they will develop at their own rate in their own time and have different personalities. Some might like the weaning experience and food, some might be really fussy, some might sit up quicker, some might not crawl at all and go straight to walking. It's just we only see the best bits. So as much as we compare, and with Pampers Active Fit study, they found out that 82% of parents admit to comparing their children. It's so normal, and I think we all do it. But I think we really need to remember that they're all unique individuals, and try not to compare our lives and our kids too much on social media, and use social media for support and advice and inspiration.
Right, what does the rest of the day hold then, seeing as you've got so much sleep and more energy than you've ever had in your life?
Ryan's bringing me Bubba to feed here and there, and that's my day today, which is it's nice to not have a foggy head today, with the no sleep. So lots of energy and happy today.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to keep a lookout and just see when Roman reverts back to the 3 hours.
Oh God, you'll see it. I'll post about it. Thank you so much. Bye.
So there you go. That was Lucy Mecklenburgh talking to me about parenting in the first lockdown. Wonder how she's getting on with the latest one. You can find out Lucy Mecklenburgh. I think if you go to Instagram, it's at LucyMeck1. I don't know why I think that. I know it. I've got them written down here. I was trying to make out that I was doing it top of my head. No, everything's there. And also talking to me about baby-led weaning. So this was recorded in October. It's now November. Things have probably moved on tenfold. You know what babies like. They pick things up very quickly, especially when they're weaning, because they physically pick it up. There you go. Thanks for being here. More podcasts on the way very soon with me, Al Booth. Thank you. Look after yourself. Take care. Stay safe.